Everyone has the right to vote. Except blacks and women. Everyone has the right to vote, except blacks. It's understood that when I say everyone, I don't really... Everyone has the right to get married, have kids, raise a family. Except gays. When I said everyone, I didn't mean gays. Everyone should be taxed. Unless you're rich. Everyone has the right to a fair and impartial trial. Unless you can't afford a good lawyer. I mean, if you can't afford a good lawyer, how can you expect a fair... Recording music or TV shows is fine. Unless you're recording it off the internet. It's the internet. Everyone has the right to habeas corpus. Yeah. I mean, except those who don't. Drugs are bad. Except alcohol. Alcohol's good. And caffeine and nicotine. I was talking about the illegal drugs. I mean, come on. There is a separation of church and state. Except Christianity. I was talking about all the other religions. And this is a Christian nation. How can you expect a separation of... Violent, alcoholic parents. Violent, unjust wars. Violent gangs are not the problem. Video games are. I've been playing video games my whole life. I'm gonna go kill someone. You have a right to free speech. Except, for a few minor words and topics. I mean, when we said free speech, we didn't mean you could say bad things. I mean, come on. The Bible is true. In some places. In others, not so much. You have to pick and choose. Okay, enough silliness for a moment. Let's talk about gays. Let me tell you how the whole gay marriage thing got started. A long time ago, some guy woke up and said to himself, "What should I do today? I'm going to stop gays from marrying." And meanwhile, another guy, a gay guy, woke up and said, "What the fuck is this?" And that's how it started. Now we could have simply respected the differences between various groups of people and done nothing. And everyone would have lived happily ever after. But instead, we staged a preemptive strike against gays. And people wonder why gays are so upset. Let me give you an example. Let's pretend the tables were turned and that gays somehow made it illegal to pray. Now there's a big prayer net over the US and your prayers get intercepted before they reach the big guy upstairs. And it's illegal to pray. You go to jail for it. The Christians would be up in arms about this because it's unjust. But the gays didn't do this because the gays don't care if you pray. Because prayer doesn't affect them. Just like them getting married doesn't affect you. Now, gays aren't asking for much. In fact, they're not asking you to do anything. You don't have to go out and make friends with a gay, or invite gays over for dinner, or give them money. You don't even have to give them new rights or more rights. They're just asking that you don't take away the rights they already have as human beings. The rights they should already have as human beings. It's easy. They're not asking you to take action, they're asking you to not take action. The next time you think, oh, there's a group we haven't persecuted yet, let's do something. Don't. Just don't do anything, and the world will be fine. I guess the moral of the story, it's a lesson in logic, really. The power of logical, rational thought lies in its consistency. If you find an inconsistency or a contradiction, that's a clue that something's wrong. Whenever you start to think that everyone has the right to do this, except for a few people who don't, whenever you start to believe that blacks are less than whites, that women are inferior to men, or that gays aren't people, as soon as you start to think that I have a right to believe what I want, it's just that you don't have a right to believe what you want, that's a problem. Nobody wants to live in a world like that. So, look inside yourself, evaluate your beliefs. If there's any inconsistency or contradiction, fix it. It's not that hard, folks.